Mosaics are a type of artwork created by a bunch of little pieces that create a big piece. And life is kind of like a big mosaic in the fact that the things that you like and the things that you do create you. My personal mosaic is kind of unique because I think of these things as not related, but they are related because they're me. One of the biggest things, one of the pieces of my mosaic is soccer. Because I've been playing for about 12 years. I've played indoor, outdoor, spring, fall, winter, anything that you can think of so that I can play year round and keep my physical condition and become better as a player because that is ultimately what I want to do. I want to become better at what I do. Um, I do play on the HCC soccer team, but I have played for many teams before, and actually this past spring, I had to leave one of my teams because I am too old to play on their team anymore. And it was kind of cool because when I left, my coaches had signed a ball for me, and they kind of left some messages on this ball, and I really like this ball because it makes me think about the time that I spent with this team because I had spent 6 or 7 years with this team, and it broke my heart to leave them. But now that I have this ball that I can look back on, it's kind of cool, and now it's time to play for the big leagues, this college team where I found myself to be captain on. And I was really surprised when I received the title captain, but then I think back to the time that I had in high school with marching band, and it all makes sense to me because band is a big part of my mosaic. Um, I was a part of band since fourth grade in school. In fourth grade, I actually started with the flute, which I decided that was not for me, and I wanted to be a percussionist. Percussionists are the rhythm makers of the band. We create a steady beat, and without that beat, no one would be together in the band. And I think that's a really cool aspect because without us, no everyone would be lost. And that's really cool to me that I'm leading these people to one thing. And in high school, my freshman year of high school, I started on the bass drum line, and I had found myself a leader of the bass drum line because these people would come to me and they would ask me about things, and they would trust me with these things that they wouldn't tell anyone else. And that's when this leadership role sparked in me. My freshman year of high school, I was like, I want to be a leader. And my sophomore year, I received a spot on the snare drum line. And it's a funny story because my freshman year to my sophomore year, I really, really worked hard. And these sticks can accompany for it because these sticks are banged up. They are just trashed. You can't even play with these anymore. But these are my sticks from when I worked so hard to get that spot on the snare drum line. And I felt so accomplished when I got there. Like, this was my hard work. And it paid off. After being on the snare drum line for about a year, I received the title of section leader my junior and senior year. Section leader in band is a person who your section can go to if they have any problems, like, or if they need help with their music, or they're not comfortable talking to the band director, they can talk to me, and then I can talk to the band director. Um, and I really liked that. I really liked helping people and being there for people. So I plan on going back to my high school and starting a indoor percussion ensemble, and that's really cool because we don't have one at Smithsburg High School, and I'm really excited about that, being another a leader at Smithsburg High School again. Um, as you can tell, I really enjoy being a leader, and another part of my life that I'm proud of is my work. I work at Sky Zone. It's a trampoline park here in Hagerstown. I've been working at Sky Zone for about 2 years. At Sky Zone, we have this thing called court leaders, and the job of a court lead is to manage the people on the shift. You are a step below the managers, so if the managers need anything, you're kind of there to help. If the other employees need help, you're there. And if the guests need help, you're there. If someone gets hurt, I'm supposed to give them ice. And I love helping people like that. About 6 months ago, I received the title of court lead. But before that, I had been acting as a court lead. I had been leading people in pathways and helping them with things, and because I enjoyed it. Sky Zone is my life, and I love it so much that I kind of bring it home. So I brought a bunch of these foam cubes home, and it's funny because it reminds me of the time that I spend at Sky Zone, because every 2 weeks or so we clean out the foam pit, and it's these big get-togethers where all of me and my coworkers get together and we learn a lot about each other and we just have fun together, and that's really cool. Spending most of my time at Sky Zone has given me the opportunity to make a lot of money. That kind of brings me to my next piece of my mosaic, which is my big purchase as an adult, my first big purchase as an adult. After graduation, I went to the Humane Society and I was like, I'm going to buy a puppy. So I went to the Humane Society and I bought a puppy. Her name is Paisley Ann. She's a Dachshund mix. We're not really sure what she's mixed with, but she's crazy, so I think she's a Jack Russell or a Chihuahua. This was her first little collar. She's a lot bigger now, but I love like looking back on this and seeing like how little she was and how much she's grown since then. It's funny because I actually bought a puppy to take on more responsibility at my house, because I had been so busy with soccer and band and work that I haven't been at home a lot. So I wanted more responsibility, so I would be at home more and I would have time with my family and would have time with my puppy. Um, and I'm so happy that I got her, because now I have a best friend to come home to every day. Besides spending all my money on my dog, I spend a lot of my money on shoes. Shoes are a big part of my look, and I actually pick out my shoes before my outfit. Um, I like directing the outfit toward my shoes. Um, my favorite brand of shoes are the Vans brand. I have 8 pairs currently, and I don't really see myself stopping anytime soon. These black pair were my first pair. They're kind of like, you can see like a rip in them, and I got them when I was 12, so they're pretty old, and I love them though, because they're the best pair I own, because they're just formed on my foot so well and everything. So if I could describe my mosaic in one word, it would be leader. I see my life as this this way to lead people. I want to lead them in these different pathways. I think I have a good opinion of what's right and what's wrong, and I really think that I can lead people into what is right. And I think that's really cool that one person can change a whole bunch of lives. And I really want to do that. So doing these things, like I want I find myself a leader in soccer and band and at work, but I also find myself a leader at home, taking on more responsibility and like showing my little sister how you should handle things. And I also find myself a leader in like my outfits, like making a new trend, like being different from people, which I really, really enjoy. Um, so all these little things about me lead to this one thing, and it's being a leader. And that's really what I want to do in life. Thank you for listening.